Okay, so I'll get right into it. I've been seeing a lot of these I quit my 9 to 5 videos pop up in my feed. I've only watched maybe one recently, and then I watched one a few months ago. So while that is not my same experience, I did quit a 9 to 5, but it was about 18 years ago. So I want to share what I've learned from that and give you kind of my, I guess, what my opinion of that is for my particular situation. So I quit my 9 to 5 almost 18 years ago. I think it'll be like 18 years exactly in like January. So I quit mine to take care of my family. I was pregnant at the time, and I didn't want to work anymore. I was having a few minor complications, and I knew that I wanted to be off when I had my daughter, and I was planning to be off as long as I could, but I didn't necessarily plan fully on being a stay-at-home mom. I mean, my husband and I had talked about it, but I didn't know if it was something that I could actually do. So I think when my daughter was maybe about 6 months and his job ended and we were trying to figure out what we were going to do next, because if you don't know me, I've said before, my husband works in entertainment. He works in television, so television can be really fickle, and he had been on, I think this was maybe like his second job in the business, and it had been a really long run, and it just ended, and he just didn't know what was next. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll go back to work. And he was like, just give me a little bit more time and I'll see if I can figure it out. And so he did figure it out, and I never went back to work. So not having to work for almost 18 years, not having to work for almost 18 years sounds like a dream for a lot of people. And I realized for me, it is definitely a privilege to have been able to be around while my kids were growing up, and I wasn't forced to go to work, and I had the option to kind of structure my day however I wanted, especially when they were younger. Although I felt like I've been catering to them this whole time. It's not like I was out getting massages and hanging out with friends and doing that sort of thing. So for me, fast forwarding back to now, where I'm at pretty much the 18-year mark where I quit my 9 to 5. And for me, I don't regret quitting my 9 to 5, but I regret not doing something that kept me like in the market, so to speak, because now I do not have any sort of relevant job experience. Although I'm the CEO of my family, I'm the one that takes care of everything. My husband works, he makes all the money, I make all the things happen. I do all the administrative stuff, and I'm the taxi cab, Uber driver, I'm the personal shopper, the whatever it is that that needs to be done. I'm the one who pretty much does it, except like if there's stuff to do on the house, my husband, he does that. So what I'll say is that, like I said, I wish that I would have kind of maybe kept my foot in the job market a little bit more. Like, YouTube wasn't really a thing when I left the job market. And when YouTube kind of caught on that you couldn't do more than like a 10-minute video. I don't even know if people were like monetizing and whatnot at that point. So that wasn't really an option. But now that my kids are getting older, I still have one who's still a little bit young, but much more independent now. So now that they're getting older, I feel like it's my time now. And there are things that I want to do. I have put my life on hold to take care of everyone else. I have put everyone's needs before mine, and I did it for so many years without much complaining. And so now I complain about it quite a bit because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I want to put myself first, and I want to do things that interest me. And right now in particular, I want to move abroad. And so one of the challenges that I'm facing is that I either have to invest a lot of money to get a golden visa for Portugal, or I can maybe go to France. But if I go to France, I can't work. on the type of visa that I'm looking for, that I would qualify for. And if I wanted to go to Portugal on the D7 visa, which is actually more preferable, I don't have any passive income. So while I have been a homemaker and sort of kept in a way, it was nice to have that experience, and I'm not complaining, because like I said, I know that it is a privilege to not have to work and still be able to, you know, support your family. You know, my husband works really hard. We're a family of 5. We live off of 1 salary, and we are very, very frugal. Anybody who knows me, they will probably tell you that I am cheap. I will spend money on things like kitchen gadgets and like things that I feel like will make my life easier. But in terms of like going to dinner and things like that, I don't like spending like $40 on a meal that's just kind of like average. I don't like to do it. I think that it's not what I value. So spending a lot of money on going out to eat is not something that I value. So I'm going to be very cheap with that. If I go out to eat at a restaurant, I'm not ordering a drink. I barely drink. I'll have wine every now and then, but I went like 3 years where I didn't drink at all. And I think I just started drinking again, maybe like at the end of the year last year, but it's just like occasional wine here and there. But even if I were going to drink wine, I'm not going to buy it at a restaurant, because it's not what I value. And if I want to have a glass of wine, I'll do it at home. And I know that in order for me to be able to live the life that I have, to not work, I really can't go out like eating all the time and buying wine and whatever. Like it just wouldn't fit with our lifestyle. We would completely blow the budget. So now where I am in life is like, I want to move abroad, and I don't have my own money. And I'm going to say my own money, and this will, if my husband sees this, I don't know how he will feel about that, because I'm always saying the money is our money, but I know that I'm not the person who's actually making the money. So even if it is technically our money, it still feels like, to me, I don't have my own money. And so I have to rely on him. And while I'm the person who handles the finances, I'm the person who opens the accounts, transfers money, invests money, I do all that. So I am actually very involved in the money, but I know that I'm not the person making it. And I know that when I spend money, I still have to answer questions about what I'm doing with the money and whatnot. And now that I want to move abroad, if Portugal is either we invest all this money in the D7 and we have to wait here for like another 18 months, I don't want to do that. So I'm thinking, like, if we go forward with that, can I wait it out in France? And like I said, if I go to France, I can't work on the type of visa that I have. So there's like no side hustle as far as my research has led me, and doing an interview with someone, doing a consultation. Like, there's no side hustle. It's like either you have you're an entrepreneur where there's like some type of a auto entrepreneur or something like that, and you register for a certain visa and you can make up to a certain amount of money, or you are an entrepreneur where you're investing like 30,000 euro into your business. You got to get like a business plan and get it approved and whatnot. I fit neither of those categories. So if it was just like, oh, I'm going to try to do this and make a little money here and there, that's not really an option. So I might make a little bit of money selling some of my digital products here and there, but I wouldn't even be able to do that. It's like, no, you can't work if you're in France. Like, I could leave France while on that visa and work, but I cannot be in France even if my things that I'm selling are online and passive. So the question then became is, well, what are you going to do if you can't work? And so to me, I think that if I have my own money, like money that I actually made, this wouldn't really be a question, and it wouldn't necessarily put a wet blanket on me wanting to move the family over there, because there's no question. It's not like anyone would have to support me, but it's like everything that I do, when there's money involved, I don't have to like go to my husband to get money. I have access to all the money, but I need to run things by him. And if I didn't, it would be like I'm sneaking money, and I'm not going to do that. But it just makes for some uncomfortable conversations and just maybe hurt feelings. So yes, I quit my 9-to-5 18 years ago, but it's not what maybe you would think. It's not the glamorous life where I quit my 9-to-5 and now I'm making all this money on YouTube. Like I'm like trying to get to at least 100 subscribers, and that's been really hard. So I think last time I checked, I was at 97, and technically I'm one of the subscribers because I subscribed from my personal channel. So I have like maybe 96 subscribers. So I think it's great that people quit their 9-to-5 and YouTube is working out great for them. That's just not my situation, not yet at least. So I don't know what the other videos are about because, like I said, I've only maybe watched one of them, and then I think I saw another one some months ago. But my experience is just completely different. So I'm glad that I had the opportunity to stay home with my kids and to be around for them, especially during very formative years. But as far as leaving the workforce and not having any money that I make for myself, I don't feel like I'm in a really good position to be in. So there's really something to be said for a woman that makes her own money. Like she can make her own mind, make her own money, make her own decisions. I still have to depend on somebody else, and that does not feel great. Even though I love that I have that support, it just doesn't feel great. So that is my experience, and that's all that I guess I'm going to share because I didn't have anything prepared. I think there were some other things that I wanted to say, but they're not really top of mind right now. So that's it for now. Ciao.